Time to do some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Hope I get away with it. Oh, da doo-dah day. Time to do some sketchy shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah. Hope I get away with it. Oh, da doo-dah day.
Hi there, my name's Dan Hollifield. Welcome to Last Man Standing, and I think I know who bought that copy of my 8th album because I could see somebody rocking out in the background to the theme song here. So I think that's going to be a favorite favorite memory. Let's get my stuff together here. If you missed Stupid O'Clock, it was quite varied and very interesting, especially due to prompts from the audience, which brought up some interesting questions and generated lots and lots of discussions, which are exactly, excuse me, ah, a little bit too thick, you know, living in a liquid medium. Exactly the sort of thing that Stupid Clock was made to do is generate conversations about almost anything. And this is the evolution of what was originally the after party for Stupid O'Clock. And it just so happens that by the time the show ends, not everybody is through with what they wanted to say, or they have other ideas that they want to bring up, and the conversations just keep on coming. So that's why I'm here. I hope that's why y'all are here. But with me tonight is the ever lovely Aunt Donna and Joe Bachman.
Howdy.
And Dawn may be with us very shortly. She's getting herself ready. Uh,
Yeah, she just left a message that she'll be here in a few.
hmm Oh, and Facebook just left me a message that be show. Miss much.
Not bad. 10 minutes in,
Not
five
bad.
minutes in.
Yeah. Yeah. Usually it's like Friday afternoon and they send me a message. It's time to start the Thursday night show.
Don't mind me. I forgot to eat dinner, so now I'm snacking.
Oh, go right ahead. Go right ahead. I would be, except Lindsay has cooked a lemon pepper chicken with uh, garlic mashed potatoes with blue cheese for the last 2 days at work this week, and I am utterly stuffed.
So I got taken to Red Lobster tonight, so I'm feeling pretty
Ooh,
happy.
sounds good too.
Mm.
The other night, I made kind of a taco pasta dish that I basically brown up a pound of hamburger, cook up some rotini noodles, and then after the burger cooks up, while the noodles are going, I throw in a couple cans of diced tomatoes, a can of like the ones with the green chilies,
Hmm.
and a can of chili ready diced tomatoes. Um, Let that kind of heat up with the burger and everything, and then add my rotini noodles in with a jar of the queso cheese
Ooh.
from the Tostitos medium heat,
Hmm.
Mhm.
jar of either another jar of salsa or a thing of pico de gallo, and then 2 bags of creamy melt cheese to give it that extra cheese flavor and really kind of make it all stick together.
It
Mm.
binds the universe together.
And then the wife and I eat off it for about 3 days because I
Yeah,
cook up a pound and a half of
Mhm.
hamburger and a whole box of rotini because I was trained to cook by my grandmother.
eat, eat. You're too thin.
Oh, that sounds like my mother. After we moved off the farm, there were just the three of us, and she had to learn to cook from. There were only five in the family, but my brothers had lots of friends, and there was always somebody coming over to help with the farm work. So
Mm.
she never knew if she was going to be cooking for three, five, or
A,
15.
a dozen, yeah.
And when it came down to, okay, it's only going to be the three of us, she had a really hard time learning to cook for just the three of us.
That's
And
that's that sounds like me when I'm cooking chili. I use an entire crock pot, one of the
mm,
large ones, and it is filled to the brim. And I go, okay, this will probably feed us for a week. And Lindsay takes a few bites of the chili and gets a nice bowl full, and I get a bowl full, and then we both go back for seconds, and then I go back for thirds, and it usually winds up that entire crock pot full of chili, a quart and a half, lasts barely 2 days between two
Yeah.
people.
we started doing chili in a pressure cooker
Mm-hmm.
because it gives you that almost gives you that second day flavor.
Mm-hmm.
After everything has a chance to kind of sit overnight. Um, my mom one time, God love her, she decided to try and do a smaller batch of chili. Then in my little turbo cooker, which is I don't know if you guys remember those, but they're the pan with the big dome lid. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Hmm.
she did it in that. I came home from work, and as soon as I opened the screen door, I got hit with the smell of chili and spices. Walked in, turned into the kitchen where she was sitting, and saw that the pressure cooker wasn't on, but my turbo cooker was on the stove. said, "What'd you make?" She goes, "Oh, I made chili." Okay. Decided to do a small batch. She goes, "Yeah, we don't generally go through it all." I said, "Okay. Did you cut back on the spice?" And her eyes got really wide. She cut back on everything else except for the amount of jalapeno powder she put in there. Uh, I could have stripped paint off of an old car with that stuff. I took a teaspoon, kind of got some of the juice, slurped that up, and went, "Well, it tastes great, but it's got a little kick."
might want to go buy a pack of saltine crackers, Mom,
Yeah. I said,
and some
"How-
buttermilk.
I'm gonna help you transfer this into the pressure cooker. Then I'm gonna run down to the store real quick, pick up another uh, big ass can of tomato juice, and we're gonna thin this mix out just a hair." It was good.
Oh, oh
Just
yeah.
that jalapeno powder I picked up from the grocery store is some violent stuff, and if you don't cut back on it, it it does oh, it does horrible things.
Opens up your sinuses, though.
Literally, I've never had the smell of chili smack me at the door like that.
Oh,
I know I'm gonna get haunted by her tonight for telling that story, but I don't care.
oh.
Well, it's a full moon again tonight, so who knows what's going to happen.
The first year I went to Hallowcon, John and I wound up in a chili cook-off.
Mm-hmm.
John grows his own peppers. I use peppers that I get from guys that grow their own at work. Don't know what I'm going to do when I retire. I'm going to have to find out where these guys live and go raid their pepper garden. But, and here's Dawn. Uh,
Hi, Don.
we I won't say it was either of our best batches of chili because,
You look pretty good.
well, I wound up with like half of a crock pot full of what I had already done at home and had to stretch it a bit. And I think I thinned it out a little bit too much. And John did not hold back. His was quite spicy. Mine
Mm-hmm.
was quite mild. And I had a lot of people come up and say, when you mix the two of them together, it's a knockout. And I go, well, that's not quite right.
We had
Yeah.
a chili cook-off at NDOT one time. Had about 7 people enter. Had some really good mixtures. There's some couple different versions of white chili. Had a deer. Someone submitted a deer chili. The person who won brought in Hormel. I shit you not.
Come on, it would take 3 days to drain the grease off of it. What?
She used a mix of Hormel with beans and Hormel without beans.
Did it say it had to be homemade, or you just had to bring chili?
All it said was it was a chili cook-off.
That takes all the fun out of it.
She submitted it as a joke. She didn't think she'd actually win.
Well,
Did she
I-
forfeit her prize, or did she say, "I'm taking this"?
I will say to mine and John's credit, there wasn't anything left of either batch. It disappeared. And people
Well-
kept coming up to us for the entire weekend going, y'all going to do this again next year? Probably not. No.
Yeah,
Uh,
there was no prize, just bragging rights.
Oh,
yeah.
And
okay.
yep, she had the bragging rights for the next year.
um, back before you had to have certification and all that crap, we used to do spaghetti suppers or chili suppers for fundraisers. My science fiction group did. And the trouble with the chili suppers were that we had two people in the group who said we had to have spicy chili. And they would get together and the rest of the group's like, not everybody likes that spicy chili. So we would fix, yes, I'm going to say it, we fix good chili to hand out, and we let the two guys go. And Dan, you thought John's chili was spicy. John's chili
uh,
was mild compared to what they made.
I
And
have run into that phenomenon at work. The guys that grow the peppers, they tend to put them in everything.
well, they didn't grow their own. I don't have no idea whether they got peppers or any of their other spices, but between the two of them, and every time they did it, we would point out at the end that maybe two bowls got out, got eaten out of it. Didn't deter them a bit. Of course, these are the same people, same two guys that we had a club barbecue out at one of the members' house. He had bought a brand new grill, brand new, first time it was ever going to be used, and he made the mistake of letting these two start the charcoal. They had that fire going so bad that it totally popped the temperature gauge out of the top of this brand new grill. It was pretty much burnt up by the end of the day. And man, that's been okay. We were still living down on Greenwood Cemetery Road, so that's been 20 years ago. And the guy that owned the grill is still pissed about it, and I really can't blame him any because,
I wouldn't either.
well, when you're living on the county and you splurge a little bit, and you know you're not ever going to be able to replace it, and they never even bothered to offer to replace it, and I'm like, damn, you broke it. You should have at least offered to replace it, if not actually replace it.
Yeah, that would have been the right thing to do.
They thought it was funny. Like,
Well,
really, dudes?
I will say I have lots of good memories of that Hallowcon because that was when I actually met Megan for the first time and hung out at the grill with her a little bit. And the next year, I hung out at the grill with her a little bit more. And I think, if you're not standing at the bar, you need to be hanging out at the grill with Megan because it's good time. Uh, but I've realized that's not the entirety of the convention. But
I will be late to the green room tomorrow night. I'm going to be hosting the Historical Fencing Guild.
Ah,
How did you get roped into that one? Or actually fenced into that one?
Well,
Ed?
Earl Park
corralled.
has Earl Park has their festival this weekend, which turns their town of about 350 people into 10,000 plus.
Ooh.
And with Nick's already semi-shaky internet connection, everybody else being there is just going to put a large
Bog it
burden
down.
on the infrastructure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Plus, his parents are going to be in town, so
Well, Carl went ahead and said there was going to be a green room, but I'm not too sure. My brother is coming down from Chicago on the train tomorrow. I don't know what time, but I'm supposed to go. I mean, I've talked to him on the phone, but this will be the first time to meet him in person, and I don't know what time we'll be home. And I'm pretty sure that Carl's not going to want me to meet him alone. No,
right.
I'm sure at least one of my sisters will be there, but he's on parole from manslaughter. He just spent 40 years in the pen. So Carl's like, "You, I gotta be there." So I don't know what time we'll be back.
Okay, we'll keep
Yeah, well, but
everything in
yeah,
mind.
well,
And
yeah, we can always start the room.
Yeah,
Yeah, really. Anybody in the group can start a room at any time, right?
mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, Michaela started at one time. Was it you that started it once, Dan?
I think so. Yes.
I
Yeah.
know Nick has started it.
Mm-hmm. So yeah.
I've gotten home from work at 5:30 and went, do I want to start it now?
Wait a minute. Yes. Um. Oh. I think perhaps we will find a way.
Yeah.
Somebody will start it.
I'll start it because I can't get into the damn thing otherwise. I mean, no,
Go
I
Well,
won't
ahead.
start.
that's a good way to do
No,
it then.
Yep.
I won't start. I don't know why it's been not letting me in the past few weeks.
I don't know.
she'll
Chris has had the same problem.
she'll start it, and none of us will be able to get in.
Speak of the devil.
Hey, Nick.
I did
Hey,
not say
Nick.
your name 3 times.
Only twice.
Oh, Nick, you need a link? Oh, who cares whether he needs it or not?
And a week from Saturday will be a library con when we'll all be at the library.
I
Yeah,
won't be
and
there.
the contractor will not be working Saturday, so I will definitely be there.
Great.
And it sounds like my wife should have that off also.
Oh, cool.
It should be
So
sad. I'm going to my friend's granddaughter's second birthday party, which I'm excited about because they're really cool people. But it's like,
Mm. Astroglide.
what? Oh, I can't get it. See, I. Mm-mm.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah, well,
I
you
mean,
deserve it after that comment. No, I'm kidding, Nick. You know I love you.
I
I actually just switched
did
to
not know whether I was going to
Frontier.
be able to make the shows tonight because our internet has been iffy for, and
And
Lindsay
there it
goes,
goes again.
Yep.
I don't have anything. I don't have internet. I go, well, my computer's got internet. Oh, wait. No, it doesn't. Oh, yes, it does. No, it doesn't. Yes, no, it doesn't. So it takes a couple of hours uh, for it to smooth out. a little, and it's incredibly frustrating because there's absolutely nothing either one of us can do because it's not the equipment in the house. It is the server.
Mm.
It is the ISP, and it's the only game in town. However, somebody's trying to muscle in on their territory, and we've been looking at the ads that they've been stuffing in the mailbox without benefit of a stamp, and going, you think you'd be dependable 4 nights a week? Got to be better than the other guys. So maybe what's the rates like? And it's competitive. It's not like we're beginning satellite dish uh, landline service from. Just don't know how they're going to work it. Uh,
I just switched over to fiber internet the other day
oh, lucky bugger.
through Frontier, and
We have
you have what?
Comcraft.
That's who I just switched from. Yeah, you're on your own for NTF tomorrow. I actually have to do work at work tomorrow.
We just got I3 in our neighborhood about 6 months ago.
You just
I3
got what in your
broadband.
neighborhood?
I3 broadband, which is supposed to be pretty good, so we're thinking about switching over.
Yeah, I believe it's HughesNet that's muscling into the territory here, and we're just going.
They
Thought Howard was
claim
dead.
they've gotten better. I had a friend who used to have HughesNet out in the boondocks over in Indiana, and it was time that she could only have so much time on it, and she had a teenage son at the time.
Well,
But we've got Comcast, and we've never had any problem.
we have
Knock wood.
Windstream, which used to be Alltel. The name has changed. Is not. Usually, if you don't need it, it's fine. If you do need it, it's like, do I have to call tech support again?
Yeah, I did a test stream last night on Twitch, just gaming, just to see how it would do. It's the first time I've not had any drop frames or anything.
Well, over the years, I have learned to recognize the different people from India that I talk to in tech support.
Hey, Haji, how's the wife and kids?
Well, I'm just sitting there going, I know your name is not Chuck, okay?
My brother-in-law called HP tech support one time, and thank you for calling HP. My name is George. How may I help you? And my brother-in-law goes, okay, first off, what's your real name? Because I know it's not George. And the guy goes, for the purposes of this conversation, my name is George.
Watch out for that tree, George.
Yeah.
Hey, Rich.
Hey, Richie.
Richie!
Hello.
How are the kids? How are the kids?
Doing a little bit better. They showed interest in kibble today. I gave Bucky and Bo a couple pieces of kibble each, and they ate it very heartily, where they weren't even looking at it, Sunday and Monday. So,
Yay.
Bucky's still having issues, but there's more matter than blood.
That's good.
So,
Well, you walk into basically wasp or hornet's nest and you're that small,
Yeah,
it's going to do a number on you.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. My
Because
sister thought
those are
we
tiny
lost him.
dogs.
Yeah, my sister thought we lost him because she's dead certain that while she was holding him, he stopped breathing, and then when she handed him off to me, he started breathing again. So he was definitely the one that was hit worst. So Bella has been running, jumping around, tail wagging, looking for any little crumb that we drop. So she's back to normal. We just have to see her have a movement to know that her digestive issues are okay. But apparently, the histamine response in dogs is not pulmonary, it's digestive.
Interesting.
Cats and humans, it's pulmonary. Because I was actually doing research to find out why that type of thing causes them to have bloody movements and stuff like that. And I'm like, but apparently it's just the way their systems work. Their histamine releases in their digestive tract.
I have a question for you, Rich. What are you doing about 7 p.m. tomorrow night?
About 7 p.m. tomorrow night. Probably starting dinner for Misty. Why? What's up?
Oh, crap. Okay. I was going to see if you want to be co-host with me on HFG tomorrow night. I'm hosting it for Nick. Figure we could talk longsword. And no, not that kind of longsword. The actual fighting style.
And
Suddenly our ratings just went up.
I mean, it's just throwing frozen pizzas in. So Crow usually does that. I'll see if Crow's got any problem with doing it tomorrow. And yeah, sure.
Okay. And we could I could pull up the video of you and I sparring at the Gary Shakespeare thing, and probably give a little more insight as to what was.
Yeah, we could also key up. If we want to talk longsword, we could also key up some of the older shots on the guild YouTube page where we were practicing over there in Creek Ridge. Was that the name of the park over there on 400?
Oh, I've drank and slept since then, Richie. I don't remember. I just remember it's the LaPorte County Park.
But yes, I mean, because we have a lot of footage of like me and Marco and other folks, plenty of footage of me and Nick as well. So I mean, we can definitely do a bunch of old stuff.
Nick's not going to be there to say no, so have at it.
And it's footage from his own YouTube channel.
So yeah, I can't get dinged for using it.
Yep.
Theoretically.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, there's always the theory in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How did I get a copyright violation with my own stuff?
Hey,
Dan did.
We've had somebody try and give us a copyright strike on my music.
Yeah, I keep waiting for that to happen.
Well, it ain't going to be me, and you are officially licensed. You can put that in the credits.
Yep.
Matter of fact, please do. If it'll save you anybody going, oh, I think I can own this. No, you can't. Oh, I've actually got people at work that are excited about the re-release of the Spaceport Bar Stories. when they come out. People that have missed out on the 2014 release of the original version, and they're really excited when I tell them that, hey, all the original typos have been corrected, and
Recreated? Is that what you
brand new typos have been inserted just for your reading pleasure. So feel free to scoff.
No, stay. Stay.
All right, but I wasn't doing anything underhanded.
Are we sure about that, Dan?
Yeah, really, I'm on camera. What am I going to get away with?
Well, Donna and I are both here tonight, so you never know.
Hmm.
I'm just wondering if I
Hush,
don't
Joe.
stay, am I
Hush,
gonna
Joe. Hush, Joe. Hush, Joe. Oh,
Yes,
you can,
yes, we talked
you
about
can see the wheels spinning, and the hamster is really excited.
Don't talk about excited hamsters.
How do you excite a hamster?
What goes on a Saturday night is none of my business, and
And then, of course, Dan, there's always
Where'd
You
that
did
one
my
stem from?
you did my tagline. Oh,
so long ago. It's Dan and I were talking. We're like, yeah, we're hopelessly monogamous. So about the same time that I made the not the green room sign, I made the born to be monogamous sign.
I don't know if it was a matter of birth or training. My parents were married for almost.
And there he goes again.
yep, we lost you there. Your parents were, and then it just kind of.
Oh, they were married for years before Dad passed away, and no divorce for either one of them. That was I think they did pretty good for a first husband and wife. Um, got the trial period over and out of the way.
I'm just rolling my eyes because my parents, I still don't know how they're still married.
My
They're
father
over,
knew.
they're over 50 years now, and I'm still, everybody's still going, how the heck is it working out?
Yeah, my father and mother made it 50 years before Mom passed. Apparently, shortly after my father met my mother, Dad was 6, Mom was 5. He's like, I'm going to marry her. And did. So you mean this 2014 release of the Spaceport Bar?
Yes, indeed. And
Thank you.
the new release will not have any more additional stories, but it will have the notice on the cover. It says Volume 1, which means
Fancy.
I am under contract to provide Volume 2,
Cool.
and I have about a third of it.
Nice.
Now, just make sure you make that contract with Nick. So, should anything happen, you will be brought back from death to finish the contract.
Contract is with Scott, but I can recommend that Scott hire Nick as a lawyer.
No, as a necromancer.
Well, you can give it any job title you want, but I got to warn you, you might have to follow me timelines because when things happen, I cross over.
God
And
damn it, Donna.
Yes, Rich, she said so innocently.
Like, I don't have enough projects.
she
Speaking
didn't
of
say
projects,
she didn't say necromancer.
No, because of how that was phrased. I'm like, a necromancer attorney.
When
There you
you
go.
absolutely positively have to have a witness that is normally unable to testify.
You want a witness to tell that Mr. Johnson, who is the only living person that was in the room, what happened? All right, I bring back Mrs. Johnson, the victim.
No, you have to do it as a family who got murdered, but the bodies were buried around the world.
Oh my.
Because it's only easy to raise a family if they're all close together.
I can see the title now. International Necromancer, Attorney at Law.
Esquire.
You're welcome, Rich.
Speaking of projects,
Right now, there are 7 guys in Hollywood going, "Damn it, this strike!"
Speaking of projects, you need to go on Mike Jimmy Lusha Devon's channel. He has hung on animation today, premiered what he's got so far for Life on Korra, the animated. I got to hear, he's had the little bit with Daphne and Nita.
Mm-hmm.
This one has Nick's part in it, and it is so very cute and cool, and you need to watch it. That is going to be it's awesome now, but that is going to be so awesome when he finally finishes it.
Oh yes.
Well, my friend said I made a new rhubarb dessert, and I'm house sitting with the 2 cute doggies. And what are you doing? And I said, coming over to the house you're house sitting and doggy sitting at, having rhubarb dessert. And I was over there for like 6 hours.
Yeah.
So that was my issue today. I was just kind of like, oop. Too bad it was cool last night, because otherwise we would have gotten in the pool. So good.
I did not realize I was not subscribed to Mike Jimmy's channel.
Oh.
I am going to rectify that right now.
As
You better
should.
rectify it.
As everyone should. Not just because I have music for the intro.
And speaking of Life on Korra, my book came today.
Yes.
Did you get?
I have my book came in the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mine showed up on Saturday.
Special little inside drawing that he did.
I wish I would have had the fundage when he was doing that, because I definitely would have backed that. Definitely. But I didn't have the fundage.
And then
It
today,
didn't take an awful lot of time.
Zombie World of Oz.
Ooh.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest. Guest.
Ghost. I mean, I labeled cryptid. It's been a while since someone's thought me dead. They have tried recently, but no, not quite dead. And yes, apparently I'm a cartoon as well. Onto my ever-expanding, bizarre resume. Yeah,
Yes.
it's another accidental bit at immortality. So how is everyone doing? I heard, 2 dear friends of mine over here completely plotting the takeover and shenanigans of my channel. Well done, Joe. You made like 3 minutes of officially having before like your inner Tim Curry came out. I'm impressed.
If I can't get to the green room last night, maybe I'll have to hop over to the fencing guild and cause some chaos over there.
Oh Lord.
No, No, we want the HFG channel to actually monetize at some point.
That is the hope.
You say that my one attendance there would completely smush that.
There'd be discussion on how to use a taco during a sword fight, and it'd just go downhill from there. I mean, technically, you would use it as a sheath, but
I think it's a good thing.
I did not see either of those coming. Wait, I'll try and rephrase that.
Don's taco. Put it in your mouth.
Did you ever watch
It's
The Last
fingerless
Man Standing, Nick, with it? Did you ever watch The Last Man Standing with the food truck?
I'm sorry, my feed broke up. Could you say that again?
Did you see The Last Man Standing when we were talking about food truck?
No. I had no warning. No knowledge.
So
No,
we've
was that
got
no
another
point?
sign for tomorrow night.
Not last minute.
I was just talking about food trucks. I don't know
Hey,
what the hell
we
y'all
came up with that one about 2 weeks ago, and it definitely needed to be made.
especially on that episode. There was a food truck in this area, Nick, called Don's Taco, and unfortunately they closed. Carolina was on that night on Last Man Standing, and it was, oh my. Who was, yeah, it was,
Yeah.
it was bad. It was bad,
Yeah.
but bad.
That's when my
got
wife
more
was getting
watches
ready for
than any
midnight,
of the
so we
other
had
ones
her.
that-
Yeah, Trey, Chris, Don,
And the
Donna, Dan, Joe, and me.
This
Talking
is one
about
of those
Don's-
shows
Yeah.
that the panel greatly affects the viewership because so many of the viewers end up on the panel that if we're not careful, it messes with his numbers. And I mean, I've got me, my FBI agent tail, my NSA agent tail, and my MIB agent tail. All, I'm good for at least 4 views usually. So
Now
I
here we
do what I
go.
can to bring the numbers, but
Nick bragging about how much tails he's got.
And he's trying to increase his numbers non-organically.
Well, if it's not organic, AI suddenly became much more interesting. But
There was a post about it with the appropriate picture on the Secret Humor group with Don riding the taco instead of the original lady.
Do you
It
still
wasn't
have it, or did you delete it?
I didn't put it on.
Probably still
No,
have it.
I was asking Joe if he deleted it or kept it. I
might still
probably,
have-
I probably still have it.
Oh, hell, I don't remember what I do with the shit. Let me look here.
five copies in his
My
back,
taco.
for his backups, and it's just it happens. You just accept this.
I don't know, Joe. I remember what I've done with every taco.
That does put a spin
Especially
on
when the front lot is full and he has to go around the back entrance.
Did you
Wow.
see the thing that
Thanks.
Chris
That stuff
posted
goes
that
on
was for
everything.
Beaver Taco Drive-Through?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that did not help. That's why I don't even know where to start because this is drive-through, which means there's probably not a back parking lot, but it's called Beaver Taco. So apparently this is not Don's Taco, so it's not anything about me, but there's still not stuff parking in the back. That's why I don't even know where to start with this shit. So
What can I say?
Hey,
This
hey
taco-
Dan, if you'll approve what I have waiting down there.
Wow. Now you have to with that kind of lead up.
is it the picture from the green room?
Yep.
It doesn't exist anymore. Screenshot it, world. Screenshot it. Anyway.
Gives a whole new meaning to hot sauce, don't it?
Ooh.
We're not
Guys,
doing
it's not
that
the green
again.
room, just to remind y'all.
No, it's not.
It doesn't. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have. As long as we're sufficiently.
No. As long as that
Innuendo.
live ticker number is going, I will encourage some level of safety for y'all because you need a Jiminy Cricket in moments like this. Now, as soon as that live number ticking at the top of the screen is no more, then you cut loose all you want. But I don't want to see Richie fired.
Well, go ahead, Joe.
I'll just say this: as long as the taco doesn't have sour cream, we're good.
We already talked about that at the other last minute, stating that there was sour cream on the taco, but that's beside the point.
Hot and
There
juicy.
was cream, whether it was sour or not.
Okay,
That's
so
anybody's guess.
about the tortilla, is it flour or buckwheat? I ask because it could, a tortilla made of buckwheat could be considered a buck cake. And
I see where this is going.
I'm just trying to add more fiber to people's diets. There should be a lot of protein.
It's Illinois. It was a corn taco shell.
Anyway, just let that one go.
There was really a food truck called Don's Taco here in Peoria that has closed, but it came around that everybody, when they opened up, I would get messages about where Don's Taco was in Peoria.
And Don's taco truck is gone. It's history, but the memory lingers on.
So I'll help Dawn out here, and I'll give a taco.
And by taco truck, it was a limousine with the hot tub in the back.
Dear Lord, Rich. See, there's like inference and innuendo, and then there's Rich like, Rip, we're gonna make this as obvious as an '80s horror flick.
Did you say horror?
Yes.
I'll help Dawn out here a little bit with a taco story of my own. There's a place in LaPorte. Rich, you probably know where it's at. Nick, you probably know where it's at. Northside Barbecue, up by Pine Lake.
I know of it. Yes.
So on Thursdays they do a pulled pork taco, and I always order it with a little bit of sweet barbecue sauce drizzled on it.
An extra
when they fill out the ticket, they write down sweet drizzle. So, whole bunch of us from NDOT are up there having lunch, and they're bringing the food over, and he's like, okay, I've got, 2 tacos, no jalapenos, 2 tacos with everything, 3 tacos with sweet drizzle, right here. And I look across the table, and there's my construction director sitting there. And you can tell when something goes through his head, because he gets this little shit-eating grin. And I knew I fucked up. And he goes, so, sweet drizzle. You just make appearances on Thursdays? Is that, that when you do your show? So the running gag at NDOT at the district office was Sweet Drizzle makes an appearance every Thursday at 11 a.m. at Northside Barbecue.
Oh, the perfect comeback would be
bar.
No, there's a private showing on Friday.
So that was the other part to the joke with a bunch of us at NDOT that was my secret porn name.
Well, Don should have known better than to tell the taco truck story with this group.
Y'all, wait.
I wrote it down.
Oh, God. you wrote it down on stationery for something else, so I got real confused real fast. Like, it looked like Don was going to do a commercial segment, and then, TF whatever, now brought to you by Sweet Drizzle. That's
Drizzle.
Sweet Drizzle for all your nooks and crannies. Anyhow,
I should do an ad for that just for my one of my shows.
dude, I will. What we'll do is we'll get me first thing in the morning when I have the vocal bubble thing going on. So it's extra spicy. Because this late in the evening it's a little tricky to pull off, but the whole, this sweet drizzle in the evening, keeping it sweet and spicy for you.
You do know, Nick, you could throw some of the stuff in and never find the furthermore, and nobody would ever know the why unless they.
I'm fully aware of it, and I may be contemplating it.
Ladies and gentlemen, now coming to the center stage. Put your hands together for Sweet Drizzle.
Live from the Jellystone Pub. Your place for all the best bears. Anyway,
I think Ray doesn't hate
Tonight at the Blue.
At the picnic basket, all your favorite bears in line.
Hey, boo boo.
I gotta add that.
Picnic basket.
I gotta add that to one of my books. Something goes by near a bar called the Picnic Basket. And it's a bear bar. That needs. I gotta write that down.
No,
That's too
it needs
good.
It needs to be called Jellystone Park.
Yep.
The bouncer needs to be named Ranger Smith. Hey, boo boo. Let's say we get a picnic basket.
Tonight only featuring rhubarb custard.
Hey, that rhubarb dessert today was really good.
And then one of the dancers' names is Picnic Basket. Oh Lord.
No, I think I'll keep it simple with the Picnic Basket at home for the best bears, because that will keep me from getting sued. I get too precise and I might get sued. But I do have this story that went on pause because a bunch of other stories got in front of it about a gentleman whose family are expatriates from the Appalachian forests, but he's on Praxis 5. So he's on the world of big stompy robots. And the problem is everyone's switching over to like augmented viewing. So, everybody's wearing goggles and there's all these lights and signs, but nobody's noticing that the city is getting darker and darker, literally. And as it gets darker and darker, it's becoming habitat for things people thought they left behind. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. I'm crossing some wires on this one. Because that whole universe, and I haven't talked to anybody about this. This is not something that normally gets aired. But every one of the books I've done in the Big Stompy Robots universe has started with a very straightforward sci-fi plot, and then been infected by horror, whether I want it to or not. And you just like the way I say horror, don't you? Because you're always worried about my enunciation.
Well, I was hoping about your enunciation.
No, I try to keep BSR novels a little unspiced, like fun, but I got to keep it, relatively all ages. Someday I may. I've been threatening to set up a pen name, but then I can't promote it. Where I can cut loose, because a long time ago, an old friend of mine who is no longer, now she's just somebody that I used to know, challenged me to write spicy and said I couldn't.
Oh, that's never a good. That's never a good thing to say to anybody.
And I proceeded to. Anybody who knows me knows this happens once in a while. So maybe we'll post something, and it shouldn't be that funny to me. It's a little joke that hits the button just right, and then this block of where the hell did that come from? Quasi story just gets attached to what should just be a regular meme. It was like that on steroids. but well, on something.
Okay, so I want to say this, but I'm saying this with. I'm hoping that my life is not in danger and things. But do you ever put sweet drizzle on Dawn's taco? I
Well,
You do it to yourself, Don.
could not resist.
You do it to yourself.
No.
Well, that
Yeah.
would involve a clam weld, and
y'all are horrible, and I love you.
It's now on the menu.
Well, I will tell you. We know you're joking
This
because
that was
you,
a joke.
oh, of course. I don't.
Hit the button.
Rich, the book you were looking for is actually part. When you're talking about that lawyer doing necromancy, that is very close to the premise of Anita Blake Vampire Hunter. I'm serious. Because she's a necromancer naturally, and they are hired to resolve criminal cases. She just vampire hunted on the side, and it became more and more and more and more the relevance as she kept encountering, men who must be allergic to their shirts or something. The team, the people, It's like if
The
you
way
have,
you tell it, men who are allergic to clothing, period.
yes, extremely.
Okay, sort of like me when there's no camera.
Yes. They were, to borrow a line from one of my most influential childhood programs, up there with Fred Rogers and, LeVar Burton, Benny Hill. He likes to paint rather chubby women barefoot all over. And then the phrase barefoot all over has forever been ingrained in my vocabulary and has come out and think, what happened? Well, yeah, there was a fire and she came running out barefoot all over, and next thing you know. So, yes, there are options, Richard. There are always options. Shenanigans. Dawn's texting.
easy there, Donna.
Dawn's texting. I can tell
I'm
with the
still
colorless
recovering, people.
smiles like that. Sorry, I was a substitute teacher for a long time. Somebody's looking.
I am not texting. I'm scrolling Facebook. I'm not texting. There's a difference.
You're a busted.
Oh,
Reason why when Joe Dog goes, "Hey, it's time for the show," my usual reply is, "I got to put a shirt on." Okay.
No,
Why?
you don't.
There it is. There's Don. Oh, Donna, it's just good to know that you are doing exactly
Consistent?
what you're meant to. You are consistent, yes.
Well, Mike Jimmy kept saying, "Let me get a coffee and a shirt," and I kept saying, "You don't need a shirt." Well, last Thursday he came on without a shirt and said, "Deal with it." And I said, "I am."
It's very hard. It was
Like-
hard. We all know.
Like to wore out the screenshot button, I tell you. Her hands were a blur.
Doing the screenshots? Or, never mind.
I see. This is why I'm.
I make no value judgments. I don't know what it was. I don't have the camera view of the hands.
I'm just wondering, how many external hard drives you're now filled up.
Not saying.
Just the one that's being programmed into the 3D printer. Don't worry about it.
37 terawatts.
You gave her an idea.
Chloe's been wanting one. I've told him go ahead and get one.
Get two. They're small.
Well, you can either get a very large 3D printer, or there are apparently some personalized free print your own files available from people who are rather proud of their equipment to share. Handles for things, right? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those usually aren't worth printing out.
There are industrial 3D printers. Usually they're used for making houses.
Of ill repute. Anyway,
No,
They have a very good reputation.
well, as long as you follow Miss Mona's no rules, there's nothing dirty going on here.
That's right.
Dawn, did you get
Yeah.
that
That was a
reference?
great
Do I have
movie.
to force an education upon you?
What? Sorry,
You know what
I
he was talking about.
She's
Did you
pretending
catch
she
what-
didn't hear that. Oh,
Because
look at that grin.
if you haven't seen that movie, you need to see that movie. It's
Oh,
one
yes.
of the greatest movies of all time.
Which
The,
movie?
Yes.
the best little house in Texas. And it,
Oh.
you know,
With Dolly. Yeah.
With
Dolly
Dolly and
Parton's
Burt
in
Reynolds.
that.
hold on.
Ain't
Miss
nothing
Dolly.
bad.
I saw that, and first time, even as a fairly little guy, I saw that and I said, I got a question, Dad. He goes, what? What the heck is Jolene bringing to the table? Because I tell you what, you know, you see Miss Dolly from that movie, I'm
Mhm.
baffled.
Back in the time when that song came out, Uncle Carl would have very, very, very much taken Jolene off of her man's hands, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, because she's a little redhead. But I know the actual origin of the song and such. But I also love how it's become like Jolene is an eldritch horror. So if you look around, you can find some really great borderline creepy pastas where the lyrics are going and getting creepier and more bizarre about how white your teeth, how sharp your eyes, something. You gotta look it up sometime. It's really worth it. It's fine curated internet content. Not top tier, but it's up there. And I really wish there was some way to, and I don't want to make money doing it. I really don't, because I don't think it would be fair. But I wish there was some way to take these stories that were put out across the internet in chat rooms and stuff where people responded, and they're so good people saved the whole block, and just have them published for prosperity. Because there's so many of these great stories out there and things like that, where how many lyrics of Jolene the Eldritch being are out there, or let's see, Todd the Demon. The
Oh,
lady,
yes. The little old
Todd
lady.
the Demon? The little old lady's knitting something and she accidentally pricks her finger, and it's a pentagram for her grandson, who she doesn't realize what she's sewing, but she accidentally summons a demon and she thinks it's her grandson. So there's like an 8-foot tall slavering beast following this little old lady around, who's just being nice to her. It's really like,
It's a really lovely set of stories. It actually is. I've read quite a few of them. I don't know that I've read all of them.
I've
But,
read the full arc that I know of, but I don't want to give spoilers. They're really worth it. And like I said, it's not like I say, you just go here and download them. Because they're the ones, Antler Guy, the Eldritch Horror Next Door Neighbor. And there's a whole arc of stories about that. I'm trying to remember. There's, the guy who made the sandwich. There's another,
yes. That's
where
another one.
the guy's making sandwiches, and he accidentally makes a demon summoning rune in the mustard. And a demon appears in his living room. And he doesn't say anything, and the demon doesn't say anything, so he just hands him the sandwich. The demon eats the sandwich, leaves, and suddenly the guy gets a promotion at work. Or, and they start just popping up for the sandwiches, because as long as he doesn't say anything, he isn't actually doing anything. And after a while, enough demons show up that some angels show up, and he just hands them sandwiches. He just sort of starts up the paranormal
Sandwich shop.
Yeah, and I love little stories like that, because it's the closest to real free writing that we have, because the publishing strangles so much out.
Girls, I heard strangle, sorry.
Oh my gosh. You only You know, Dawn, I love you, dear, but I wish your ears were a bit bigger.
Sticks and stones may break her bones, but whips and chains excite her.
Do you know why I wish your ears were just, darling? A bit bigger there? So I could stick a toothbrush in there and clean out that filthy mind of yours. But,
Yeah, that's not going to work.
no, I know it won't work. That is an ancient reference from a British sitcom that was old when I was watching it, called "Are You Being Served?" And if you ever have a
I
chance to
remember
watch
that.
it, it's one of the funniest programs in history. I don't care
remember
how
that
old
quite
it is.
well.
But here's a question for you, Nick.
Here's an answer. Let's see if they match.
How does a woman control her liquor?
Usually by his ears.
Exactly.
Sorry, that one I know. Well, that's why the top knot was so popular for a while. You know, men had those little man buns. It wasn't them just trying to be safe. It was just for control and guidance.
It was a joystick.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
Why do you think cheerleaders
And
have
Joy
had
was
the
very
high- the
happy
straight
about
high
that.
bun? The straight high ponytail, same reason.
Well, no, they had pigtails too.
Well, pigtails, that's just handlebars. That's
Up, down, left, right, BA start.
Konami code. Wow.
Oh.
I hope you're proud of yourself.
It's an older code, but it checks out.
And I get blamed for shit.
Oh, and
I don't care.
Carl won't get that reference. Well, he might.
Oh, well, he'll research it if he doesn't. That's the good thing about Carl. If he doesn't know why everyone's laughing, he's going to wait till the end of the show and he's going to pull out his little notebook. Because I'm waiting for the papers to get published. I really am. I know that man's keeping psychological notes on all of us because that's just too rich of material, you know?
They go into books like Mad Gasser.
Dude, what?
Yeah. Yep.
And they get gas from Mexican food?
His Mad Gasser of Calhoun County is actually a psychological dissertation on somebody he knew in high school.
And you notice how no one even bats an eye at that? I mean, not a hesitation to go, that would not surprise me. The only way to find out if it's true is to go buy that. It's on Lulu right now, and I believe they have a 10% off code, but I can't remember what it is.
And
Back to
there's a
school
copy
time.
right over there.
Copy right over there.
There is a
And I
copy.
do believe it's
somewhere in here,
autographed.
but I can't even find the copies of my books.
That reminds me, I remember bringing over copies of your books when I do your show tomorrow night, so I can actually hold them up.
Yeah, we got to have the classic shenanigans. Thank you, Joe, by the way. I was sitting there going, how am I going to do this with the internet? Well, okay, maybe I can do it from my phone. And then Amanda goes, yeah, I'm sure your parents will be cool for about an hour and let you do that. Because they're coming down to visit for the weekend.
Speaking of shenanigans, Nick,
Yes?
be sure and watch Mike Jimmy's Hung On animation from today.
See, he sent me a cheater link a day or two ago showing some of the pieces he's going to be working with, but I was not allowed to say anything because he may want us to do some recording. The funny thing is, I wasn't on some of the treatments I'm on for breathing and stuff when he recorded that, so I literally was more mentally deficient, and he needed a how do you want to a 6-footed, 4-eyed space chameleon with dementia.
And he got one.
And he went, Nick, you just came right to mind. I'm like,
Typecasting.
typecast. And then, as soon as I thought typecasting, I remembered, something I heard years and years ago. I can't remember what actor it was, but one of my favorites who was in a bunch of B-grade movies. They said, "You're always typecast as the bad guy." And he turned, he said, "Typecasting is still being casted."
Mm-hmm.
It's a paycheck.
So, as long as they need somebody who's halfway out of their rocker, they know where to find me because I probably don't.
Well, and getting cast as the bad guy is actually a good thing. You get the better music.
The better music, the better wardrobe. Usually,
I'll have to remember that.
Think about it. I am a
No,
member
the
of
better
Red
music.
Fan Club. Oh yes,
I'll have to
Yes.
remember that.
That was actually one of the guys. I can't remember what soap opera he played on. He played on a few different ones, I think. But he always was casted as like the bad guy in the soap opera. And someone asked him one time, why do you always go after those roles? He goes, they have the better music.
Yeah. No,
That was his whole reason.
No, I know it. You see, I used to have a passion for telenovelas, and I can't stress this enough. I do not speak Spanish, but my whole family, at least my brothers and I, love to watch telenovelas, and many times they weren't captioned. But we didn't need to know what they were saying because we would just ad-lib what's being said. And whoever got to be the the cowboy with the big eye patch?
Mm-hmm.
He's a little chunky. No, Rosita! He's always breaking up lovers or stealing farms or something. You got to the only way you could tell which show you were watching was how fancy his eye patch was. Or which side. To this day, one of my favorite shows I ever watched was El Premio Mayor, which was a Mexican telenovela that seemed like it was written by Spanish Benny Hill, where the mayor of the town was this little short fat guy, and his wife looked like a model and actress who goes by the name of Puma Swede. So she was about 6'5" before she got in her heels, of very Scandinavian descent, and
Whoa.
at least a heavy cruiser, if not a battleship, when it came to proportions. And he'd be flirting up with everything, and she'd come and beat the snot out of him, and then they make kissy face at the end of every episode. And if you watch Mexican TV, it's really great because there's a lot of people bouncing and there's music, and you don't really need to know what's going on to enjoy it. This is what happens when people grow up without cable, folks. I'm telling you. You find out things like the Channel 62 out of Chicago was like a home shopping network till 2 a.m. on Saturday nights, where it became Japanimation. I don't know why they switched to absolutely monstrous, inappropriate for anyone grades of 80s anime. But they stream stuff no one should ever see. This was the era of, it's anime, right? Put it on. It can't be that bad.
It's a cartoon. How can it be offensive?
Well, no.
Sure, we'll put on Fritz the Cat.
No, we're talking.
Aiko, Biko, and Siko.
That was a great movie. I like that movie.
All of those are great. And sometimes they'd show those. And sometimes they'd show Robot Carnival, which, as someone who does not use hallucinogenic substances, I may have not gotten the full impact of Robot Carnival. But I am told it was very good for that. And then they'd show things like Go-Go 13, The Professional, or Wicked City, or Demon City Shinjuku. All of these are things no one under the age of 30 should be able to watch. I'm not talking 18. No, we need to put a special category. This is gonna warp you stuff. And then certain things involving an overfiend that there may have been a legend of. floating around to get really out there. It's like at points it's all pixelization. It's just all pixelization and screams. You're just sitting there like, I don't know what I'm not seeing. I probably shouldn't. So yeah, and I was not anywhere near the.
Oh wait! That pixel's brown. I know what I'm looking at.
Yeah. That's also back in the day, just UHF, where if you tuned between the channels, and you reach it. I'm not gonna take myself. You reach to the inner of your channel turner, and then the tuner knob behind the channel turner. You find all sorts of strange things late at night.
And some of them would actually be in focus until the critical moment.
Uh-huh. And then they'd remind you that it's $9.99 a minute for the net. It must be 18 or older to watch. But no,
that's all right. It's coming in through cable TV for free. Thank you, Athens, Georgia.
See, my problem was I found some of that through broadcast, and I still don't know how that worked. Like, you'd hit 66.5, and they'd be, why? There's sumo wrestling. Why is there sumo wrestling? Oh, I don't know, but I'm a teenager and I'm awake at 3 in the morning. I've got nothing better to do than watch sumo wrestling. And then you find out what sumo wrestling is traditionally followed by, and then you're much more interested, teenager at 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if
Jimmy.
Mike Jimmy, my good man. We were just promoting you, good sir. And we were talking about, a lot of things. You're so good, we wish you could be mass produced.
Wait, he's working.
Uh-oh.
We lost Dan for a second.
Yeah, we didn't hear that. He's what?
He's working on that.
Excellent.
Yes.
He is.
He literally has, because of him, I got to knock off something on my bucket list that I've had for a very, very, very long time.
And I loved what I saw. It was fantastic. It was just awesome.
It's so cool. It's just the whole, I am a cartoon. Well, what's new about that? No, not in real life. I mean, yes, in real life, but no, I'm a cartoon. Dang it. You get, Uh-oh.
Well,
He said, give me a few minutes to get my coffee.
oh, good. He's not mentioning his shirt.
Because I was thinking it.
You think it, I say it.
Joe, do you need some lip balm there? Yeah, I could show it off here, too.
I sent her
That
a
would be
link.
cool, yes.
Please.
I'm not cruel. I know there are ladies.
Oh, he's talking about it. Never mind.
Just when I think we've reached the core of, Donna doesn't care, something like this happens, and I can see the ghost of blushes yet to come. And,
I ain't detecting blushes.
No. That's the brandy. Don't worry about it. Oh, wait, this is not the green room.
It doesn't matter anymore.
It's the rum. No, and yes, the answer to Jack, why is the rum always gone? Because Donna and Uncle Carl have it, and they are enjoying it. Too bad, so sad. But
that's what you get
okay,
for
Rich?
sleeping, Mr. Pirate Boy.
Okay, you had such focus, and I'm like, I hope you're looking at something else on screen, or should. It's like, that looks suspiciously like a work face. One should not work. I'm not working. I'm supposed to be cleaning house and sleeping.
Well, someone keeps complaining about the fact that I'm not finishing the fire, so I need to work.
Don't you threaten me with a good time, boy. Don't you lie to me now.
I'm not. I'm getting all my notes from the various scattered places they are in my hard drive together so that I can actually make some of these scenes make sense.
I hate when my notes get scattered.
Excuse me.
You're
Ooh.
fine.
Which is why I have sweet drizzle written on here, and I'm going to look at it tomorrow and go, what the hell was sweet drizzle?
I'll remind you.
You'll find
Okay.
out.
I would like to remind, if what I am seeing on my screen is accurate for the placement, Joe is on top of Dawn right now, and there is, so Sweet Drizzle is on top of Dawn. Just to let you know.
I love you guys, but somebody's wife was going to cut this small little pieces.
Well, like
Keep
you're,
up with it.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
how are you guys? I am
Oh,
so
shoot, he's got his shirt.
So it's even a work shirt.
Oh.
Ah.
Jimmy might just need to set up an OnlyFans on the side.
Even Lou suggested that.
I mean, if the market demands it, I've been told I have to write sword books because fiction is good, but they want more sword manuals. People want you to lose the shirt, Mike. I can't help it. It's just what the market demands.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
I
sure.
have been.
I'm sure it would be more of an OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. Beautiful.
I have been telling them they need to watch today's episode of Hung on Animation.
How about I just share it here?
Yes.
What's for me?
Oh, go for it.
There you go.
That too. And then go back and watch it, and then turn the show on and watch it again while you're doing your laundry or whatever.
No, that was a fun show. I actually had several people watching constantly. Like, it got hyped.
I dance like this every time I run your ad.
Well, in a couple of weeks, I'll have the entire storyboard is active, and then I'll show it off again, because then we'll know how long it actually is.
Are you absolutely sure about this, Toyvin?
Absolutely certain, Ogson. If there was any other way, I'd consider it.
Let's do it then.
The stones are stable. Follow my lead.
So, what do you know about the Aquanids?
I'll tell you later. This is where we take a leap of faith.
What do you mean?
Hop on and find out.
Now what?
We are Tovin and Oxton of the Eleni. Our friend Benville went out to explore somewhere far away. We fear he has not survived the journey, but we hope to find him and see what happened. Will you assist us?
I don't think anyone heard you. Nothing is happening.
Patience! Give it a moment!
Somebody called
What
the
is
cop.
happening?
Exactly. Who called cops?
Just get a grip!
We're going to crash.
Don't jinx it!
Why didn't you tell me this would happen?
And miss that look on your face?
It's amazing. I've never seen views like this.
This is nothing. They get even better, especially higher up. This isn't the first time I've ridden on an Aquanid.
Really? So what do you know about them? Or is this another surprise for later?
I know a lot. They begin as small eggs. They lay them in twos on the bottom of big leaves. Usually they're born at different times and live their lives on their own. But if they're born at the same time, they're inseparable until death. They often fly great distances, and us Eleni often take a ride. Sometimes they disagree, though, and they shake us off as if saying no. If one Aquanid finds another injured or dead, it will take off part of the other's leaf and send it along the wind. I still don't know why.
Wow, you really studied them, huh?
Just stuff I've learned in my time alive and exploring the world. Look, we're almost there. The Salute region. I remember Benville tell me about it. Please fly lower amongst the trees.
Toyvin, are you sure about this?
Oxton, hold on close and close your eyes.
I hope this isn't another joke.
I'm deadly serious. And so is that stuff. That was fun. Are you okay, buddy?
I didn't scream, and I don't feel well.
It must have been the fluff. Nice color, by the way.
What is that?
It's from a dying tree around here. When they die, they release this stuff, and then it grows again in other places. Or so I've heard. You're starting to look better.
Then why is everything blurry?
The fluff will do that. Hey, Aquanet, can you head over to those trees? I have a weird feeling.
It's getting less blurry, but I can't see anything.
I can.
It's Benville!
I was afraid this might happen.
He's fallen asleep and hasn't camouflaged. His age has finally caught up with him.
I think I can see something else. That's a crawl hugger, and our friend is its prey. Get that creature quickly. Keep back, Oxton. That guy is too big for us.
But not for the Aquanid? Benville, it's me, Oxton. Get up already.
Oh?
Are you okay?
Oh, hey, Dave, Toyman. I'm fine. I'm fine. What are you two doing here?
Chris.
Never mind. You can help me. Now, who put that tree there?
That was a lot of work.
That's so cool. That's just so cool.
That was fun.
Believe it or
Put
not,
that tree there.
I'm hearing music to go with that. Trying to work it into the opening theme, but there's going to have to be some mood changes. So
No, that's fine. But yeah.
No. I'm presuming that you want me to do more. So.
Oh yeah, no. I love what you did for the intro, and I would love for you to make a soundtrack. Like I am 100% in. But I think it would be better for you as well if I had the full storyboard and voice acting in place. So, we get the entire thing, and then you have the actual space to work.
Yes, I'll have to be concentrating very carefully on the timing, volume down for vocals, up a little in between, mood changes, scene changes, everything like that. Yeah, I can do that.
And to be fair, we're going to have a new voice acting session because, the sound quality isn't the greatest at some points. So that's something for the future, but they're all workable, and I love what you guys did.
Oh, it's so good.
It was so
It
funny.
is. It's great.
It's going to be awesome. It is going to be awesome.
The session we had where we were just doing the recording and going back and forth was some of the most some of the most fun I think I've ever had in the room, just ever.
Morning.
Just cutting up with Daphne and Nita, and just crashing through it. It was a great time. And thank you for helping establish
Morning, Moose.
my casting career. I think I can find a meanwhile employment being whenever they need someone, a four-eyed, six-legged chameleon with dementia. I mean, I really think I can hammer out a niche in modern film. I think some rom-coms are going to need that. No, oh god, no.
But here's the thing, right?
Richard Mole of animation.
So I actually found a very interesting thing that I found from a cyclist YouTuber, because I'm a bike tour guy. I love bike tours and stuff like that. I follow it on YouTube as well. And what he does on the go is just grabs his microphone, has the little fluff thing over it, and then just makes a giant box of all the pillows he can find, and that works for recording. And I'm like, even Nita could do that in like 2 square feet.
Yeah. I mean, that should help a lot, because that's really just. I know for a while somebody was making, and it was originally built as a joke product till they found out that it worked. It was just like a big helmet you would just wear, of like soundproof foam.
You want a crisp recording? Use a fursuit. Put the mic in the nozzle, you're done. I'm not going to be the first person who thought about that, and I'm probably not the first person who have ever done that.
No.
I actually haven't done that yet.
There's still time.
File the patent now.
No, I do. Dear. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Thank you so much, Mike, because when I was a little kid, I believed wholeheartedly that if you could become a cartoon, you would become immortal. Seriously, like, little kids get these ideas. If you could make a cartoon, you are then immortal because, you're a cartoon. Everybody see what happens to cartoons, at least American, Looney Tunes era. And now it's like, that is now, being checked off my bucket list just in case, And being immortal is, I can't get 4-eyed, 6-legged space chameleon. Oh, God.
I'll give you the operator's manual.
Thank you. I'll try not to forget it.
But Mike, Jimmy, you've for a lot of us have been like really cool, because when you did the 24-hour and you put a bunch of us that were supporting you through that, you wrote us in.
Oh yeah,
book and stuff like that. That is just really, that really means a lot type of stuff. It's like, it's things that add up to make you really realize those are the things that are awesome.
That's the thing. Like, you're not doing it alone. So, when we're streaming anyway, let's do this, right?
Yeah. And I don't think I'd stay sane if it weren't for streaming. I'm relative sane. Getting pulled out and dropped in the middle of the land where the most activity I have are corn sharks and meth heads. I would have gone nuts if I wasn't able to talk to this bunch of blessed lunatics. And I mean that with the highest praise. And it's so cool because there's under no other circumstance will I have a chance to know Mike Jimmy, let alone, everyone else. It's really cool.
I mean, COVID did a lot of bad for a lot of people, and don't get me wrong, it's what it is.
Yeah.
But the streaming is definitely a plus. Like, I would not have met any of you guys.
And it's true. I think we get lost in the negativity of the world, and like people get upset about technology and everything that's going on and all the stuff. But sometimes you gotta go, well, there's good stuff too,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The people that get lost in the negativity don't have friends like us.
That's true too.
If they're negative and they know us, they're serious.
It takes a special person to be negative around these kind of folks and stay negative. It's like you're working.
It doesn't make us any less insane. We're just happy about it.
Somewhere to content and or completely deluded enough that it's okay.
There are minds out there that are just as good as yours. They just think differently. And when you find them and they're nice people, you treasure that.
Absolutely. And you know what? I want to give a little bit of positivity along with this movie, because a lot of people are worried with climate change and everything. that the world is ending. I just want to make sure that everyone realizes the world is not ending. Humanity, we may be wiped out, but the world will carry on quite nicely for another couple billion years without astronomical impact. So there's that. Might as well, you know.
Yourself, I'm under contract.
Wait a
My
second.
contract ends with Swan.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, you don't have a contract with me. Our last guy who had a contract with me still tried to get out of it. I'm like, I didn't let you get out of it when you died. You think I'd let you get out of it because it's inconvenient now? You know, it's really easy. You can make a contract with the mafia and have to deal with strict terms, or me. You know, don't.
At least you're clear about it.
Yeah.
Is anybody familiar with the movie Phantom of the Paradise?
I don't think so.
Sound familiar?
Yep.
Mm-mm.
It's good for the soundtrack and some of the absurdity and
Phantom of the Opera goes for the disco.
Okay, gotcha.
yeah, pretty much.
I'm good for it.
Pretty much.
Paul Williams. Crap, he's the only name I can remember from the movie, but I love it.
Jessica Harper. Believe me, Phoenix. Jessica Harper. Yes. There's a reason why I was inordinately in shock treatment. She was playing Janet instead of oh damn, now I've forgotten the classic lady's name. My goodness, Dan, you're going senile. No, going. There's a question mark.
Don't fall asleep under trees. You'll be fine.
Done that. The world changed.
There you go. I love double-edged jokes. I love that Mike took it for Life on Cora. I knew Dan would go Rip Van Winkle with it. It makes my heart glad. Okay. Now, Phantom of the what now?
Phantom of the Paradise.
Phantom of the Shut up, Andrew Lloyd Webber. I'm trying to. Okay, that looks real familiar. Yes! Oh, God.
No, I'm intrigued too.
Now,
that takes me back now.
The soundtrack is every bit as good as all three Rocky Horror Picture Show and Shock Treatment soundtracks. The acting is 19. Paul Williams is a really good villain, as well as the songwriter for all the soundtrack. Jessica Harper.
Oh my gosh, him! I'm terrible with actors' names and who they are. Oh my god, yes. Now he didn't play Gareth. I just get his name wrong. It's like Gareth Manganel's Dark Place.
I haven't the faintest idea.
Oh no! You know, it's like a Stephen King parody. I want to say it was a British show. Absolutely,
Richard Ayoade.
Yeah, that's the one. Oh god!
And why can I never remember his name? Close to the town.
No clue.
Matt Berry. What We Do in the Shadows. Oh god, yeah, it's the Gareth whatever Dark Place is just wonderfully fun bad.
If you ever listen to the soundtrack and you hear the Phantom's theme / Beauty and the Beast, that is the basis for Redshift Sue Sings the Blues in my work.
Oh.
I had to rewrite that poem lyric about 8 or 10 times because it kept getting destroyed. My first wife ripped my original copy, handwritten copy, to shreds because she was mad at me one day. I turned around and rewrote it from memory. I originally composed it driving a tractor, plowing a field, around and around and around, and I could hear Phantom of Paradise playing in the back of my mind, and I came up with my own set of lyrics, my own arrangement. It was very, very inspired by Paul Williams' soundtrack to Phantom of Paradise. And one day, I will actually sit down and learn how to write the sheet music for it and do something on one of my albums to play what it sounds like. And Lindsay's oldest daughter has said she's willing to learn the words and sing it, but I don't know if her range is low enough because she's got a tenor voice, and this is more not contratenor, but I can't remember the exact Italian for it, but more like if Kathleen Turner could sing.
She has. She's done torture type stuff in a couple of flicks.
This is very torch singing. Very, very. Contra alto. Thank you, Chris.
Yes.
Yeah. One day that will get out of my head. It will be finished. Someone will be able to listen to that and go, now we know what the sumbitch had in mind. Okay. What else can you do? We'll see. The day is yet young.
For me, it is.
For me, it is too. Although at 12:47, knowing I've got to work tomorrow, when 1 o'clock strikes my time, you kind of really have to wipe. No. I've got to work tomorrow. I've got a lot of work to do tomorrow.
We've got to save that for Saturday night.
Yeah.
I have a lot of work to do too, so yeah.
Yeah, my job actually needed me on a Friday for once. Otherwise, I would have been over at Lucis already.
Well,
I wanted to call off, but if I call off, I'm not going to get paid for Monday.
Yep. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I can't be late. I can't be late Friday or Tuesday. Otherwise, I won't get my holiday pay for Monday.
I hate that crap.
You poor working stiffs.
It's in the contract. I didn't write it. I didn't vote to approve
I know.
it.
It's still crap. That's just Barrow and Locke trying to suck the souls out of everybody. But
yep, that would be illegal in the Netherlands.
Illegal in the Netherlands.
There's a lot of things your American companies do that is completely illegal here.
There are a lot of things American companies do nowadays that would be illegal in the 14th century.
Oh yeah,
there's things that a lot of American countries, a lot of American companies do that is illegal still here. but they do it anyway.
They can get
Because-
away with it.
Most people don't, think to hire a lawyer that would be more than willing to take it on, for free.
Oh, yeah.
Like what Ted went through at the end of last year. The guy showed up at one of the ballrooms with a machete. All they said was, "Go home if you're that shook up."
Hey guys, I don't know if you can hear me. My net's cutting out because
No,
you
you're
guys all roboted, and I'm like, that means it's me. So I'm just gonna call it.
Okay.
At least for me. Have a lovely night. Great seeing you guys, especially Mike Jimmy. Thank you for that again. I'll
Thank
see
you
you
for
soon.
joining us,
Pleasure,
Nick.
dude. See you soon.
See you, Nick.
No, we'll try to keep it to an NC-17 rating tomorrow night.
Oh yeah, right. Like that's gonna work.
Rated M for mature.
That's what you guys want me there. What time?
6:30, dear. 6:30.
Yeah,
Their
it was interesting enough hosting Never Mind the Furthermore on Monday. And now I'm going to try and host the Historical Fencing Guild.
Monday was a good show.
You had to do NTF on Monday?
I volunteered to do it since that was his birthday. He didn't actually have a show scheduled. So I went through and scheduled one, made my own little background for it, and called it the Gradient Edition because it was a gradient background.
That's why it was the Gradient Edition.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, Nick's getting a little cheeky.
Nope, that was all me. I figured that'd be a good clue to most of the people that watch the show as to who was hosting it that day.
Or who wasn't?
Yeah, past couple weeks, work has just been insane with the training for the rollouts and shit. So I haven't had a chance to stop in and watch NTF.
Has just finally figured out that I'm serious about this retirement stuff. And they're going, you're what? But I'm going, hey, I told you, you want to do away with the job when I leave, so
good luck.
Good luck.
The last report you get on New Year's Eve is going to be the last one that you ever get unless give somebody else a job, because nobody else is going to have the time to do it.
One of our application engineers retired at the beginning or end of May. I can't remember which. And her sister, which is our applications manager, is retiring at the end of the year. These have been the people who have been the application engineers for everything we've done for the past 30 years.
Uh-huh.
It's going to get really interesting next year.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I'm going to have to buy some more thumb drives and make copies of everything that I have up with as far as all the stuff that I do and hand them out to selected people. The emphasis is on selected, and I'm doing the selecting. So these are the people that are bright enough to understand what I was doing and see the benefit in it. And everybody else is going to go,
Mm-hmm.
it stopped.
Yeah, this is where you just walk away and you know you're not going to hear the explosion immediately. You might not hear it for a couple of days. But at least 2 weeks later,
I might read about it on Facebook, but that's about it.
you're going to get that phone call going. So
Getting sleepy, Don?
That thing, right?
Make it to the end. I was just outside too long today, and I just put a number on me.
I've told them that I'll come back as a contractor for a phenomenal fee.
Mm-hmm.
And
That'll do it.
I'll be taking my cues from James Garner and going, yeah, well, here's the base fee. You have to pay me this much, whether I'm there for 15 minutes or 6 hours. And it will definitely be worth 6 hours of pay. Jim Rockford, thank you. It's not going to be $200 a day. It'll be more like $1,000 a minute.
Good. Experience counts.
Oh, there's few of them that can even understand what I do. But a
I'm
lot
not
of them
surprised.
rely on. I'm going to get that phone call. Yeah. Okay. $1,000 a day after taxes.
Good man.
After taxes. And it doubles if I have to stay there more than 6 hours.
Sounds reasonable to me.
Mm-hmm.
Consultants that come in and really, they do not much more than look around and go, you're doing this wrong. Here's the right way. And they get megabucks.
To hell with the after taxes part. It'd be cash.
Nope, they won't pay cash. They're French.
Yeah, no, you want, like, as a European, getting it cash here means that you're doing small jobs for a personal, like for a personal thing. Like if I'm doing a backyard as a paver, because that's what I used to do, that would be cash. A weekend job, stuff like that, that'll be cash. The moment you go through the week and it's for a company, you want to make sure that that money is cleared.
Mm-hmm.
And your bookkeeper may be amazing, but if taxes internationally, from your home country go, so about the $500, you're screwed.
Yep, that's why I said they're going to have to file the tax stuff. It's going to have to be after taxes.
Yeah.
This is what you're going to have to come off the hip with if you want me to do this. If not, somebody's got a thumb drive. Figure out who I trusted with it.
Yep.
And not many of them have the education to actually understand all the code and the thumb drive. And Joe knows exactly what I'm talking about. I've spent a lot of time on the company payroll learning how to do this stuff. And once I'm no longer on the company payroll, I ain't doing it for free.
Nope.
Good.
I doubt they'll ever call me. I really do. They've already ignored a lot of on the company dime. I don't think they get the foresight to take advantage of it or to utilize what I am going to leave behind as my gift to them. Started to say inheritance, but no.
You're not dead yet.
They're going to inherit the code. Now, if they got anybody that can figure out how to use it, it has to be somebody that has common sense. I really need that T-shirt. My common sense is tingling. Oh Lord. Well, we got about a minute. Well, we got 30 seconds. So everybody, anybody, announce where you can be found, and
In my bed in about 10 minutes. That didn't come up.
And my work in about an hour.
And Joe,
I can be found tomorrow night on the Historical Fencing Guild.
And
apparently, so can I.
Okay.
What about you, Donna? Where can you be found?
OnlyFans.
I'm gonna be in my bed in about 10 minutes.
We know to go to bed.
You'll be on my author composer page on Bandcamp. You will be able to find me if you are wise enough to invest in Mike Jimmy's animated film, because I will gladly contribute everything I can to that.
Mm-hmm.
He rocked that intro. He's got to rock even more.
Well, if you've heard any of the rest of the stuff I can do, I can do an entire soundtrack, because I've done it before, but it was for something that I wrote, and I'm looking forward to doing more of what I did for the intro and changing it up for every single scene. So, I am over the moon that you want me to keep doing this.
Oh yeah, no, I'm over the moon that you're doing it. I got cool friends.
Yes, you do. And I have a lot of them in common. Well, time to say goodnight, Gracie. And as Chris would say, go good, guys. Good night.
Good night, all.
Take it.
Transmission overload. System will shut down. System will shut down. System will shut down.